Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. This is Philosophy. Today's video is going to be all about child-free fire. I did a video like this about a year ago and it's probably my most watched video, and it definitely has the most amount of comments and what I would say is the most engagement. So since it's been a little over a year since I did that video, I wanted to do an update, kind of give you guys an idea of where I'm at this point in my life in terms of having kids, not having kids, and how it relates to my fire. So big surprise, nothing has changed. I still don't want kids. I still don't have even the slightest desire to have kids. My partner is fully on the same page with me. Our long-term plans do not include having children whatsoever. Something that's kind of changed for me in the last video that I made about being child-free is that at some point I kind of thought that I would want to have dogs in my life. I might not ever have dogs. The reason why I've kind of changed my mind on this is because my spouse's mother has about 6 dogs, and a lot of his family members on that side of the family have multiple dogs. And we just spent a long weekend with the entire family and it was insanely hectic. And it really just kind of taught me some lessons on how much work dogs actually are and the amount of commitment and care that they require. My long-term plans may not include dogs anymore. Something I also wanted to mention is that you can definitely still achieve fire with kids. You can definitely still achieve your dreams and do the things that you want to do while having children. The main point of me making these videos is because I definitely want to get the message out there that there are people in a position that can afford kids and would be able to take care of them that just straight up don't want them. And that is perfectly okay. There's many different ways to go about your life and many different things that you get to choose. The nice thing about it being your life is you get to choose what you want to do. Don't listen to anybody else in your life who are pressuring you to have kids if you truly, truly don't want them. Being a female and not having kids, I think, gets scrutinized a lot more than being a male and deciding to not have children. I've seen a lot of comments online, and there were even some comments on my last child-free video that kind of mentioned that people, or specifically women, aren't fulfilling their full duty as a woman or their full potential in life without having children. This is full on bullshit. Do not trust anybody who says this kind of thing. They are so wrapped up in their own life and their own choices that they're absolutely not the people to be giving advice, especially about children. If you do not want kids in your life, please, please, please don't have them. In my last video, I spoke about why I did not want to have children, and one of those reasons is that because I am inherently a selfish person. And in saying that, having children is actually an extremely selfish choice. Why do I say this? Because you're basically telling yourself, your family, your friends, and the world that you are so special and your spouse is so special that you want to have more of you in the world. You get to choose to bring someone else, to bring another life into the world. That is a selfish choice. And there is nothing wrong with that. Whether or not you want to have kids or not, they are both selfish choices because you are making them for the pure benefit of yourself. So I read a lot of financial books. I haven't really been reading them in the last few months because they're all very repetitive. But most of them do have a chapter about having kids and saving up for their college, saving up for buying a house for them, or helping them with a down payment, paying for their wedding, etc., etc. This is a massive amount of cash to be saving long-term just for someone else. If you want to have kids, this is great. If you can provide for them, that is awesome, especially when it comes to house down payments in this market. However, by not having children, by choosing to be child-free, your path towards fire is going to be a lot more simple, and you're probably going to get there a lot quicker. As I mentioned in my last video about being child-free, money is not a reason to not have kids. If you would like to have kids and you're on a path that you're getting towards a better financial situation, definitely don't put kids aside unless you're really, really struggling with finances. I would say that you should be in a semi-comfortable, semi-decent situation with money before you do have kids. However, I don't think that you should forego having children at all if you really want them, just because you want to hit a fire number earlier. So getting back on track towards me being child-free a year later and the things that have changed for me in my life and going and pursuing FIRE. So because I'm still child-free, I have a little bit more flexibility in where I want to live in the future, what I want to do for work, and how much I can travel, and how much it's going to take for me to actually plan certain trips or certain moves in my career or life. If you watched my last video, you probably heard that I am going back to school next year to become a helicopter pilot. This means that for about 6 months, I'm not going to have any kind of income coming in. I think if I had children at this point, this would definitely not be possible. Being able to take out such a large loan and completely switch gears in my career is a massive privilege of not having children. I'm not saying you can't do this if you do have kids. However, being specifically a female and being almost 30, which I will be this year, means that I can take certain leaps and changes in my life where I don't have to worry about having someone take care of my child or figuring out finances to make sure that they are also taken care of. I really thought at this point, turning 30 this year, that I might have some different ideas and different feelings about having children in the future. However, the trajectory that I'm on, or the path that I'm on towards FIRE and towards freedom, just doesn't include having kids at all. Something I've actually considered is getting my tubes tied so that this is not going to be an issue for me at any point in time, and that I have a little bit more security than having to deal with an issue if my birth control failed. Something I wanted to ask you guys is, have any of you gotten your tubes tied, whether you're male or female? Have you guys had that procedure done? What was it like? And did you get any pushback, especially if you're in a younger age group? There are many different reasons why people may choose to not have children, whether it be the fact that they have some kind of disease that runs in their family that they don't want to pass along to another person, whether they believe that the world is such a shitty place that they don't want to bring children into it whatsoever, or if they just have no desire to take care of someone else or aren't physically able to. If you're somebody who is very for having children, for everybody having children, is that number one, don't watch child-free videos. This is not targeted towards you. Number two, that's totally fine that you feel that way, but pushing your beliefs on someone else is just in bad taste. And number three, remember that everybody is in a different situation, in a different place in their life, and dealing with different struggles. You have no right to condemn somebody for their choices, especially involving the biggest decision you'll ever make in your life in having children. Getting back onto the FIRE path in relation to being child-free, a lot of my plans haven't changed in terms of long-term FIRE. I'm still on a coast FIRE path, which means that I've already hit my coast FIRE number. I have enough in investments that I never have to put anything more into it if I save from now until traditional retirement age of 65. And because of hitting that number, I am now pursuing a completely different career and taking on some student debt in order to pursue that. Something I still would like to do is move abroad for a while and spend some time in another country and live there. This is something I think that would be very difficult if you had children to do, to kind of uproot your life and move around and just do whatever you want at any point in time. You definitely have a lot more flexibility without children to be able to do these things on a whim. So that's pretty much all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below if you're also child-free and the sort of situations you've been in where other people have told you that the way that you're going about life is not right. And I think it's really just a good place to send information out and connect with other people who are like-minded and who also do not want to have children, because it seems like we are the outliers. Have a great day, you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.